everything in K-pop was going as usual. Perfect choreographies, glossy music videos, big companies dominating every stage. And then, in June 2013, a rookie group appeared. 7 boys, one tiny company, 0 industry connections, their name, BTS. No one expected them to last, but instead of following the K-pop rulebook, they tore it apart and wrote a new one. Over the next few years, BTS didn't just climb the charts, they reprogrammed how music, marketing, and fandoms worked forever. And here's the wild part. They did it without traditional marketing. No million-dollar ads, no powerful media deals, just storytelling, strategy, and sincerity. So in this video, we are decoding exactly how BTS hacked the K-pop system and built the most powerful brand of the decade. So stay till the end because the final strategy they used will change the way you see fandoms forever. Before BTS, the K-pop world was a closed system. Every rookie idol's dream was to be under the big 3, SM, YG, or JYP. If you weren't signed there, you weren't just small, you were invisible. And in that world, Big Hit Entertainment was basically invisible. A company so small that some thought it was a sub-label of another. When BTS debuted in June 13, 2013, people didn't see the next big thing. They saw another boy group trying to survive in a market already saturated. But here's where it gets wild. Instead of chasing fame, BTS chased connection. And that single shift was about to flip the entire K-pop marketing formula on its head. They didn't have big budgets, but what they did have was fire. And that fire showed the moment they dropped their debut track. Their debut song, No More Dream. Just 7 rookies in oversized streetwear yelling, "What's your dream?" In a world where idols sold perfection, BTS sold rebellion. They called out school pressure, career expectations, and a system that treated youth like robots. Songs like No More Dream and Letter N.O., released September 11, 2013, became anthem for teens tired of being told who to be. And that was the genius move. They didn't build their brand around success, they built it around struggle. This was their first marketing breakthrough. They used storytelling over spectacle. Instead of selling fame, they sold relatability. They weren't performing for fans, they were performing with them. They weren't idols in glass towers, they were friends on your timeline. And that decision to be raw, unfiltered, and imperfect was the seed that would grow into the world's most loyal fandom. But wait, their story wasn't blowing up yet. If anything, the world still wasn't listening. So how did they survive when everyone ignored them? Because what they did next in 2014 and 2015 didn't just get attention, it created a movement. Alright, so it's 2014, a year after debut, and things are still rough. BTS isn't topping charts. They're performing on small stages, sometimes even half-empty ones. But here's the crazy part. Instead of giving up, they went digital before it was cool. While most idols waited for TV shows or magazines features, BTS went straight to YouTube and Twitter. They started uploading raw behind-the-scene clips, what we now call Bangtan bombs. These weren't glamorous, no filters, no scripts. The 7 boys being themselves, joking, failing, eating, crying, trying again. That's user-generated branding. They built a connection before they built fame. And on March 13, 2014, they released their second mini-album, School Love Affair. This is when fans started noticing something different. Their lyrics weren't just catchy, they were personal. Talking about school struggles, crushes, and self-doubt were the things that felt real. Then in August 2014, they dropped Dark and Wild, their first full-length album. And the tone? It shifted. The message got louder. They weren't just fighting for their dream anymore. They were fighting for their fans' dreams too. And what if fans became part of the story? You see, every K-pop group has fans, but BTS, they had ARMY. The name ARMY was announced back in July 13. It stands for Adorable Representative MC for You. Cute, right? But at first, it was just a fandom name, like every other group had. But it was around 2014 and 15 that it became alive. Fans weren't just following BTS, they were building with them. They started fan projects, translated interviews, ran streaming parties, all voluntarily. Because BTS made them feel seen. The boys replied to tweets, posted vlogs, even cried on camera. That's called community-led growth, something even billion-dollar brands try and fail to do. BTS didn't hire marketers, they became the marketers. They told their story and ARMY amplified it globally for free. But what really changed everything wasn't just fan engagement. It was how BTS turned that connection into purpose. Because in April 2015, they released The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1. That was the moment the narrative shifted from underrated group to voice of a generation. The album talked about youth, faith, and hope. It was poetic, cinematic, and most importantly, relatable. That's when fans realized this wasn't just music, it was movement marketing in disguise. By 2015, BTS was still fighting for mainstream recognition, but something was already different. The ARMY was growing fast, spreading across borders through social media. Every tweet, every fan edit, every translated lyric was building one of the most powerful communities the world ever had seen. And that's how BTS didn't just build a fandom, they built a movement. But this was only the beginning, because after 2015, BTS stopped following the rules and started rewriting the entire playbook of K-pop. In the next part, we'll see how BTS became a global brand, from breaking charts to breaking stereotypes. This is the era that turned 7 boys into world icons. Hit subscribe and let's keep learning from the legends.